What month is it? Are you some enemy of our Illyrians? Please, I feel like I've spent half my life down here. Dead. Then who's ruling? People were so angry, they were thinking of petitioning the king. There have been many changes. I thank you for your aid, stranger.
Your wish? Whatever you'd like to add.
They said to retreat. The horn sounded and we turned. Mother, can you smell the blood? They died, and we left them.
The poor soul was obviously torn by guilt from Ostagar. Whatever they did sent him over the edge.
Safe? Is there a safe?
Yes, my friend. As you like.
Well, the Grey Warden. I must say I'm surprised Eamon would condone you invading my castle and murdering my men. Is he losing faith in the persuasive powers of his land's meat? The traitorous bitch has you under her thumb. You should have left when you had the chance, Warden. Slunk off to the Anderfells to hide. Make her spit on you. I deserved more.
Going.
Maker, have mercy on your faithful servant. Grant me a place at your side. Grant me the cleansing flames. Andraste. Alstana. No, I don't know you, do I? I'm Erminric, and I failed in my duties. Maker, forgive me. Alfstana is a far better man than Malefica. He had turned blood magic upon Temple, but the Ten's men took him from me. Yes, he destroyed his phylactery. You are real, aren't you? My dreams are... No one can free me from failure, save blessed Anora. Give this ring to my sister, Alfstan, Lady of Perpetual...
Who's there? Stay away. You can't do this to me. I'll have you all flayed. I'm the Arl of Denerim. I'm Vaughan Kendalls, heir to the... Too many of our troops were lost at Ostagar. When the riots started, Howe came with men to reinforce... Or that's what he claimed. As soon as I let him into the palace, he threw me in here. Let me out of here. I'll do anything. How should I know? They're prickly and take offense at anything. It's only their laziness that keeps them from being trouble most of the time. Of course. Anything. Just let me out. I swear you won't regret this.
Your wish? Whatever you'd like to ask.
going. Yes. And I'm off.
My thanks. Because there are two sorts of people in this house. Those loyal to Hao, and those loyal to me. If Hao's people find me, I'll be killed. And my people will insist on escorting me back to the palace, where my father may... My thanks. I look more the part than you do. We must go quickly and avoid notice. If Hao's people find me, I'll be killed. And my people will insist on escorting me back to the palace, where my father may also have me killed.
Let us go quickly, Walden. I do not think we wish to be here when they discover what has happened. Let us go quickly, Walden. Shh. I do not think we wish to be here when they discover what has happened.
Shh. You'll draw attention to us.
Warden, in the name of the Regent, I am placing you under arrest for the murder of Rendon Howe and his men-at-arms. Surrender, and you may be shown mercy. Don't be ridiculous. The Queen isn't being held prisoner here or anywhere else. Her father would never stand for such a thing. Unlike you, some of us know what honor and loyalty are. Bring them down! Loghain wants the Warden, dead or alive.
One first.
Warden, in the name of the Regent, I am placing you under arrest for the murder of Rendon Howe and his men-at-arms. Surrender, and you may be shown mercy. Don't be ridiculous. The Queen isn't being held prisoner here or anywhere else.
What? Sir Catherine! Praise the Maker you're here. This brigand tried to kidnap me.
Unbelievable. Bring them down! Loghain wants the Warden, dead or alive! Warden, surrender, and you may be shown mercy. Don't be ridiculous. The Queen isn't being held prisoner here.
What? Sir Catherine! Praise the Maker you're here. This brigand tried to kidnap me.
Unbelievable. Bring them down! Loghain wants the Warden, dead or alive!
Let's wipe them out quickly.
Go. Time for more battle.
Surrender, and you may be shown mercy. Don't be ridiculous. The Queen isn't be- What?
Sir Catherine! Praise the Maker you're here. This brigand tried to kidnap me.
Unbelievable.
Now,
We go
let's
right
see
for one
which
battle.
one first. Yes. Let's do this together, shall we? Nice try.
Shall we go?
Yes. Going. And I'm off.
Excuse me, the Lady Queen has summoned me to see to her unmentionables. Well, not much. Just, may I air that for you, my lady? She's brought a maid of her own to wait on her. I beg your pardon, sir, but I really can't be seen standing about. The housekeeper will have my head. Good day.
Maker's breath. It's good to see you in one piece, my friend.
Indeed. After your rather alarming lack of subtlety, I feared the worst for you. I prayed for your safe return. Well, what did you expect me to do? You announced me to my father's most trusted lackey. Did the purpose of my disguise entirely escape you? I barely managed to slip away from her when... I am hoping that, despite our unfortunate beginning, we can still work together. Will you hear me out? We will need to work together. My father has gone mad. I didn't believe it at first, but he is gripped by a paranoia so severe it prevents him from seeing sense. He saw me as a threat, yet even now I'm certain he will be telling the nobles you are dangerous murderers that have kidnapped and mind-controlled me. He may even believe it. You will need ammunition come the Landsmeet. You have only just arrived in the city, so perhaps you are... Denerim has been in turmoil since Ostagar. Strangely, the unrest is worst in the alienage. Few elves accompanied the army. They should have little reason to be upset. Which means that Hal and my father... I don't know what is happening there, but...
A useful lead, Anora, but you could have sent this information with your maid.
That is true. I feared for my safety as house prisoner. But to tell the truth, I sent Elena to you because you need that evidence for the Landsmeet. But you also need a stronger candidate for the throne. You need me. I have no doubt Alistair is biddable enough, and decent, but even with his blood, he is no king. Not only that, Alistair is a Grey Warden. It will look like you are trying to...
Anora, you are indeed Kaelin's...
I am the daughter of Ferelden's greatest general. Who do you think truly ruled this nation for the last 5 years? I am what this country needs, not an untrained king who does not even want the throne. Consider what I have said. For now, I think I will retire to my room.
Well, she's quite spirited. Poor Galen was a good boy, but Anora was always 2 steps ahead. Had him jumping when she snapped since the first time she... I cannot help thinking she may be trouble, but we should keep her close, all the same. This is an alliance of convenience. For the moment, we are united against Loghain. Be careful how much trust you place in her. I do not for a moment think Anora means to give up her power easily. Still, I would rather have her where we can watch her than actively working for Loghain. Anora was a capable administrator for Kaelin's lands, but she has... We did not fight the Orlesians all those years just to lose our royal line in a single generation. Not when there's a surviving son of the blood.
Are you serious? No, never mind. I don't even want to hear the rest of this. You two just keep talking about me. I'm going to stand over here with my fingers in my ears.
That would certainly solve a lot of problems, and put forth the strongest argument before the Landsmeet, with Therin blood on the throne, and Anora's wisdom and popularity. Ferelden could present the most united... Unfortunately, the marriage... And I've seen the way Alistair looks at you. Ferelden was first united by Calenhad, the Silver Knight. For 400 years, his descendants have ruled Ferelden. That was the heritage we preserved from the Orlesians, and it is the heritage I will fight for as long as one of Calenhad's descendants still lives. Without that to unite us, we could scatter back to warring Terniers.
No, I don't, which I've told both of you on many occasions. If Anora's turned against Loghain, I say let her keep the crown. It looks better on her anyway.
You're both wrong. With a few months of experience, he knows how to lead troops to defend his land. He knows how to show compassion to those less fortunate, and how to trust, and he knows who to turn to for aid, should that training fail him. He will be fine. We certainly have a great deal to plan. Maker knows what that man is capable of now. Of course, if I might make a suggestion, go speak with him. Warden, let me know if there's any assistance I can give you. We have much...
I haven't been here in a while. Ask away. Of course.
I'm glad you made it safely away. I hear Howe's death has already brought no small amount of cheer to the city. It's located just off the market district. I'll sketch out the code. Inside you can take your pick of whatever equipment remains. It is the stockpile the wardens have kept for centuries. We went through our joining together, more years ago than I like to remember. I think he understood sooner than the rest of us how ugly a choice it is to always left himself a soft spot for his recruits, though. Only where he ever let himself down. Well, I'd be happy to tell you what I know, but it seems be firm in your beliefs, protect people from their own ignorance, and be as loyal as you can to your brothers, even knowing you'll share their deaths. It's tough to say. Only the fortress in Weishaupt has every record. But there are certainly a few dozen or hundreds in every nation in Thedas. The Anderfells are home to over 1,000. It's almost like the Archdemon chose Ferelden deliberately, knowing how unguarded it is. Once only, and I'd rather not go again. It's far, lass. The Wardens there, they fight Darkspawn like you and me. They're a cold group and don't care like they should about the rest of the world. Their king is weak, and many Anders look to the Warden. I hate to say this, but some of them seem to want it that way. It was near 1,200 years ago, and no one knows for sure, except that apparently they defected from their king's army, vowing that fighting the Blight was more important. They were the first ones to track down the Archdemon Dumat, and the ones to but they had picked up followers by then, and it was they who formally founded the Order, and were recognized by Thedas. Archdemons don't awaken on their own, you know. And with no one to lead them, it must be sheer chance, or maybe instinct, which leads them. What's surprising isn't that it takes so long between blights. What's surprising is that they succeed at all. But I imagine the old gods call to them, and it's that voice in the darkness which drives them through so many generations. The important thing to remember is, none of that matters. I'm glad you made it safely away. I hear Howe's death has already brought no small amount of cheer to the city. When I'm well enough, I'm going to continue my journey toward Ostagar. Hopefully I'll be able to trace the... If we want to defeat this Archdemon, we need to know where it is and how soon it might strike. If there were more of us, I would agree. But as it is, I don't think we can deprive all the armies you've gathered of a commander. Good luck to you, then.
My lady, she will be... My lady, she will be forever grateful, Warden.
Hello again, Warden. It is good that I realize that my actions at Howe's estate... I will be blunt. I can see that your voice will be a strong one in days to come. It is to you that Eamon listens. My father must be stopped. But once that is done, Ferelden will need a ruler. I would welcome your support for my throne. That is exactly what I am proposing. When the time comes, you support my bid in the Landsmeet to remain on the throne. You will be seen as my father's enemy, yet you will be in support of his daughter. You will be seen as supporting the interests of Ferelden, as opposed to solely those of the Grey Wardens. In return, I add my voice to yours. Do you see? Together we can do what alone we cannot. Once I am queen, I will be in a position... Alistair might promise you the same, I suppose. But I would ask which is better. And even if it is not for you, think of what I could do for the Grey Ward. I trust I have made my point. For years, I have ruled this kingdom as Kaelin's queen. As much as they loved Kaelin, all of the Banon knew Kaelin was a good man. But what is needed now is not another good man. I sent Alina here not solely because I thought I needed help, but what say you then? Your support for mine in the Landsmeet? He is my father, as well as a great general, who has served his nation well until now. If there is a way for him to live, I would prefer it. I will always be my father's daughter, but even I know he must pay for his crimes. Does that affect your decision? Can we yet come to an arrangement? Do you disagree? You are a fellow Grey Warden. What do you think of Alistair's potential to rule? Never mind his willingness. Indeed. I am also doing what I must. Alistair seems like a kind, well-meaning man, and biddable enough. He also seems to be a fine Grey Warden, which is exactly why he should remain one and serve the kingdom by defeating the Darkspawn. Kaelin knew of Alistair. It was Arl Eamon that kept Alistair out of the courts, as Merrick had desired. Oh, there are some who would follow Alistair out of respect for his Therin blood. The others would see this as Eamon grab. Who else do you think Alistair would turn to for help? Eventually, the nobility would return to the old days of constant... Alistair's weakness would destroy everything Merrick built. I simply believe that I am what this country needs. I will... What say you then? Your support for mine in the Landsmeet? Ignoring that the man looks so much like Kaelin, my recently dead husband, if you'll recall, my main fear is... And are you so truly eager to pawn the lad off on me anyway? I rather got the sense that you two might be. I see. So be it then. Alistair does have Therin blood. A union might be considered a compromise, but... Is this something Alistair even desires? Let me say this. If Alistair is willing to stand back, it is my understanding that governing does not appeal to him anyhow. If that is so, this is a compromise I can live with. Do so.
So I'm guessing someone told Anora I was planning to steal her throne. She wants to be queen. I get it. I don't trust her any more than her father, but I get it. Oh, smart. I wouldn't be surprised if that... They say that Anora is smart, determined, she's supposedly the one... Me? I say that's where the problem lies. People like her and her father always think they're the only ones who can fix things. So, what do you think? When the Landsmeet comes, you might even have a say. Marry her? As in, marriage? Why would you do that? What about us? All right. Why do you think I should do this then? Tell me. All right. You've convinced me. Go and tell her, if you think it's a good... So I'm guessing she wants to be queen. They say that Anora is smart, determined. Me? I say that's where the problem lies. What do you think? When the Landsmeet comes, you might even have a say. Marry her? As in, why would you do that? What about us? All right. Why do you think I should do this then? Tell me. All right. Go and... So, she wants to be queen. I get it. I don't trust her any more than her father, but I get it. Marry her? As in, you... Why would you do that? What about us? All right. Why do you think I should do this then? All right. Go it. So, she wants to be queen. I get it. I don't trust... No, she probably should be. They say that Anora... Me? What do you think? When the Landsmeet comes, you might marry her. You... Why would you do that? What about us? All right. Why do you think I should do this then? Tell me. All right. You've convinced me. If it comes to that, go and tell her, if you think it's a good idea. I haven't been here in a... Ask away. Of course.
Well, have you spoken to my lucky betrothed yet? Or will we be reduced to passing notes? He has? I wasn't expecting that. To marry Kaelin's brother. Well, I suppose stranger things have happened. If it will truly help matters... And what of you, Warden? What will become of you once I am married? If that were true, you would not have been Kaelin had his women. He was thoughtful enough to keep them discreet. Am I to have yet another husband whose eyes lie elsewhere? If so, I would appreciate knowing now. I wish to enter this with my eyes open, Warden. Is that so difficult to understand? Then I have I will not take a husband under such If this changes your mind... Well, have you spoken to my He has? To marry Kaelin's brother. And what of you, Warden? What will become of you once I am married? If that were true, you would... Kaelin had his women. He was... Am I to have yet another husband whose eyes lie elsewhere? I wish to enter this with my eyes open, Warden. Is that so difficult to understand? Good. Is this it then? I agree to marry Alistair to retain my throne, and in exchange I give you my support. Done. So, we have a deal, Warden. I trust you'll keep your end of the bargain. Now, I suppose, comes the task of dealing with my father. That will be no small feat, of course, but I imagine you have much to do. Is there anything else you needed from me? Ask me whatever you like. Of course it does. But how much worse would I be to calmly stay at the side of a man who murdered my husband? It seems a strange word to describe a marriage our parents arranged when he was newly born and I still in swaddling clothes, but yes, I loved him. He was reckless, impetuous, and charming. Had he not been king, he would have made a dashing rogue for a band of players. We were a good pairing. He would not have wanted the burden of ruling any more than I would have liked remaining the silent wife in my husband's shadow. Calen was so idealistic. The world was his storybook, and he was the hero. My father is different. He's an idealist too, but he knows what... They often clashed, but never seriously, never for long. Calen would always come round to Father's way of thinking eventually. Calen dreamed of uniting all the nations of Thedas against the Darkspawn. What my father saw, however, was the boy he had swaddled inviting Orlesian troops back into the land he had fought to free. And for once, my poor, foolish husband wouldn't back down. It was more than just my own loss. But I thank you. They would not believe it, most of them, even from my lips. Far easier to believe you or me a liar. That's why it will be critical to find some way to discredit him before the lands meet. We must have proof of my father's crimes for the bands, or they will never... Ask me whatever you like. Do you want me to try my luck? There was an old woman who read palms in the village. She told me that I would have 10 children and be bald as a winter heath when... What will happen depends much on you, Warden. But you certainly knew that already. Ah, well, he was once a farmer when he was... He's useless with plants, for one thing. I remember my mother once asking his help with a sick rose vine. My mother He touched it. No more than that. And it shed half its leaves like a dog with... He bought her another one, though. He carried it back from Denerim with the branches overflowing. Despite the thorns tearing him bloody, he wouldn't let anyone else take it. My father has his faults, Warden. But he is far from common. Because he thinks he is the only one who can see Ferelden out of its current crisis. My father is capable of remarkable blindness, but it stems from his love of Ferelden. I hope not, but I fear it is so, yes. Trust would perhaps be... My father knew what How was, and while I despised... I expect my father thought himself above being influenced by the snake. Truly, I wonder how many of these acts stemmed from How and not my father at all. We may never know. I'm not sure. I had no inkling of... I would like to think that my father planned for the worst, but did not truly decide that Calen was a lost cause, and the alternative is difficult to imagine. Ask me whatever you like. Then I would... I have spoken with Alistair. Perhaps this mad betrothal won't be quite the curse it first seemed.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Yes.
Great. Warden? Warden? Warden?
You and your friends... I don't know. You and your friend... I don't... Are you I don't... You and your... I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods, my boy. Are you I'm If there's any... I'm sure... If there's anything I can do, I'm sure you'll be pleased.
Enchantment?
You and your friend... and your friend.
We are better with every step you...
So this might sound a bit strange. No, not a joke. I'm wondering about... well, about Liliana, really. It seems like the two of you... I'm just curious. Maybe I shouldn't be asking this, but... what's going on between... I guess I'd hoped it might be different, that you would... I'm very... Ask away. Of course.
Are you sure?
Oh, thank you. That's... Ask away. Of course.
We are better with every step you take.
Well, aren't you sweet and attentive? I thought you'd never ask.
Yes. Yes.
Warden?
Thunder Humper.
Yes.
Horse flesh.
Yes.
Going.
Pigeon crap.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed. disgrace and damnation.
Yes. There was a riot in High Ever last night. Came from there. I heard there was another in Guaren. Folks are angry, that's for sure.
I'm angry. What the Regent's done, that just isn't right. You can't go treating Ferelden lords like lackeys.
Maybe so. Should talk about it after the Darkspawn are done.
Maybe the Regent isn't the only one who can do something about the Darkspawn. You ever think of that?
You have fine weapon.
As there is but one world, one life, one...
Dwarven crafts. Fine dwarven crafts.
Whoever you are, Wait. I know you. My son described you in great detail. He tells me that I owe you his life. When I saw my poor boy's legs, I only wish I would bring troops against his son. But Oswin, is there anything you would ask as a reward for saving Oswin? Thank you again. Know that I will stand behind... In fact, I am taking my supper today with Ban Reginalda of the White River Benorn.
Have you heard the news about How?
Everyone in the city has. Brylan must be pleased.
That half-blood is as cold as the mountains. Did they not...
Oh, I can hardly speak ill of the sense or conscience of any man simply for wishing Rendon Howe dead. You've met him. The man made vipers seem personable.
Well, I didn't say I was shedding any tears over his passing. He never was any friend of mine.
Probably. Hebron has done nothing since we've arrived except spend coin on herself. If we stay in Denerim much longer, I'll have to send her to a cloister.
No need for such drastic measures. She's only a child. She'll outgrow this.
Is that the number that represents becoming intolerable? Yes. She turned 15 this past spring.
My son Oren was just as bad. Rest assured.
You'll have to excuse me. I am engaged at present.
May I help you? This is Ermenric's. Explain yourself. My brother would no more part with this ring than with his head. He's alive then? Please, if you have any news of my brother, I would hear it. A dungeon? What? Take this with my thanks. It has been in my family since the War of Crowns. I'll have to speak with the Grand Cleric about this. Soon, I think.
You hear about this son of Merrick? Some bastard from Redcliffe, I hear. Are we supposed to be impressed?
If our Lehman's standing up for him, I'd say we should be.
I don't know why R. Lehman is complicating things. I thought he would calm all this fighting down, not make everyone even more upset.
Maybe what he says is true. You ever think of that?
The worst of it's cleaned up now. Just watch yourself if you're going in. The alienage is a festering sore full of parasites. And that's on a good day.